Okay. Say hi to Facebook people.
Hi, hi.
If you haven't joined us in the past, this is what we normally do. We start up with Facebook and let people know on Facebook that we're here. We talk about the YouTube people that will be joining us later, but aren't necessarily tuned in right this second because they're just missing out and they're not as special as the Facebook people are. So, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sounds good.
I just smile. Show up and
I
smile.
can't.
Well, you got a better way to describe it?
Well, you two have really comfortable.
Here,
You
coming.
chose. Let me point out.
Here
Ellen
we are.
and the YouTube people are here.
Hi,
Hello,
everybody.
YouTube people. Say hello to the Facebook people who've been here for
Hi.
hours. We've been discussing stuff since 8 this morning with the Facebook people, and you really missed out. So, for those of you on YouTube tuning in, go back and look at the last 3 hours because you really have missed out a lot of stuff.
Scott jests.
Yeah. Ava, I must point out that you chose to sit in the middle.
I know, and I'm not gonna lie. I feel a little.
Would you like to
better-
change?
No, but I just.
I think she belongs in the middle.
She is, and she should be higher.
That was
Pinnacle.
so.
She should
that
be-
is so.
She should be on a higher level than
That-
me.
Oh wow!
It should be like a podium, like the Olympics. One,
It
two,
really
three. So
should
I should
be.
be below both of you.
I would never say that. I'm happy with bronze.
You guys are. I'm sorry I said that. I just feel a little weird up here.
I'm
We're
sorry.
not worthy. We're not worthy.
I'm sorry. We need some palm branches.
Yeah, that's right. Yes, or some grapes.
Yeah.
Yeah, some ostrich
Oh,
feathers
okay,
and just. Some...
thank you. All right, let's not do that.
What do you want to talk about today, Ava?
I don't know.
You haven't been here for a couple weeks. We've missed
I
you.
know.
Yeah,
Food
it's
is
been a while.
food.
The full moon.
What is going on with
Energy
full moon?
around everything and everyone. I think we can talk about that.
Everybody's little.
Well, it is during the daytime, so I guess the full moon is still out during the daytime.
What?
It's having an impact.
You know,
Some people really like your mom loved. She would always.
I think
go-
the full moons are very cool. Every time you're driving around and there's a full moon, like I was flying back last night, so we had the full moon. I was taking pictures out the window because as you're flying over, it was so cool. It was like that's the way I describe it. It's like God had a flashlight and was just shining this literally because it was clear and it was perfectly clear. So the ocean was smooth and all the inlets and everything were smooth. And the moon just looked like a spotlight as it was reflecting off. You could tell where the water was and the intercoastal and everything in the ocean because it was just reflecting as we were traveling along, like somebody was just literally shining a spotlight on the surface. It was so neat.
I don't know. I'm always maybe it's just like a thing that maybe I read too much about it. I'm always like changes and this.
You are. You know,
I
according to
don't like
Ava,
it.
Mercury is always in retrograde.
What it is.
Always.
Frequently.
I don't like full moon. I'm always scared of it because I always think like, what now? What's gonna happen? The craziest. I don't know. That's just
Do you?
what I learned about it. But it's
Do you?
probably
I was just going to ask. Is
It's
it
like a-
because of the lore behind the full moon,
Yeah.
or is it because you've had experiences? You do work with the general public.
I will say before she gets into this, it does cut down on military special operations when
Really?
there is a full moon because there's too much light.
huh?
Oh,
So
makes sense.
the military will not conduct usually special operations at night during a full moon.
I'm flabbergasted as the 25 years I'm married to you, the knowledge that you freaking have in your brain
It
that
is.
I learned
It's remarkable.
every
It's just
single
logical,
day.
right? I mean, why would
What,
you go
what
off?
law? Wait, where did you read that, by the way?
Nowhere. I'm just assuming that this is true because.
Oh,
let me
you
ex-
little shit!
let me-
You're mischiefing again.
Let me explain this.
This is
You're doing
this
mischief.
is this is
I
bad.
thought I did a mischief.
You did a mischief.
You did a
Listen.
mischief.
Listen to the logic of this argument.
Wait a minute. This is a lie or is it a fact?
You know what?
Is this a fact or you just came up with this shit?
Would you listen to the logic of what I'm saying?
Before she gets us canceled.
If there is a lot of light because of a full moon, providing lots of light, you are not, and you are trying to be stealthy and sneaky. You would do this when there is no light, hence no full moon, less moonlight. If it is full moonlight, you're not necessarily going to go and conduct operations because you will be seen easier.
Okay, is anybody know an army person? Please send us a message if it's true. I want to know it's
Everything I've ever read about, like the in terms of night operations on SEALs and stuff like that, like the Osama bin Laden thing in Pakistan, all of these all happen during no moon nights.
I would like to learn.
Well, it
More about
makes sense
this.
because you're undercover.
Yeah.
Yeah, under cover of night.
Oh, yeah.
There is, though, a draw to a full moon, which is different than a draw of a half moon or a quarter moon. And there's an energy that goes to the waxing versus the waning. And so that's all real. And it can be measured, and we can see it with the tides.
Yeah.
And because we are comprised largely of water,
Are we sloshing back and forth?
we are being pulled. And people are sensitive depending on the individual. So some people are very sensitive to a full moon. Some people are very sensitive to quarter moon.
Some people are very sensitive to me.
Some people, we're just sensitive. The three of us are. Yeah, we are.
Like I'm a moon that orbits around Ava.
I just
You are.
I don't know if it's real or is it the folklore. I don't know if it's just because I hear it a lot, but I looked up last night and I said it made so much sense.
Yeah, right.
Today.
When you see what kind of day
But
you have.
did it or did I just talk myself into it?
Well, confirmation bias, yeah, I mean, we have to double check ourselves, but I think at this point we have a lot of statistics. We have a lot of numbers that back up the full moon theory.
So what is it? Is it the close? Okay, let's understand.
You guys keep talking about this. Speaking of all the moon, I'm tired. Just gonna take a little nap. You guys let me know.
I knew he was going to recline sooner or later.
I love these chairs. These are
Jayla,
awesome.
Our director and producer.
You guys at
make a
home,
note.
join in if you got
We
one.
need
This
the
is great.
screen. We need the screen to be working.
Okay.
A what? Who?
The screen.
The which screen? That screen?
He'll just knock it over. It's in his way.
So
make yourself
what
Thank
kind
you.
of energy that why do we have? So
This energy.
Yeah, whoever that is, turn your car off. Your car's being stolen. Thank you.
Thank you. So is it
They are listening.
Right?
somebody is listening? So what is it? You know so much.
Yeah,
more than
the moon has a draw, and that draw is felt in different ways. It manifests in different ways throughout the earth. You know, it really shows up in our tides, but it also shows up within, you know, the animals and the fish and the birds. So,
So do
we're
they-
all affected by shifts.
Is
Shifts
it
in the
energy
season,
Well,
the
migration,
climate,
season,
vibration.
monsoon season, rainy season, dry season.
This is like it competes with Earth's
The
gravity.
equinox, vernal equinox, summer
Yes.
solstice,
So-
all these things.
Since really, I would say, close to the dawn of man.
Farming patterns,
Exactly.
harvest periods.
Oh yeah, yeah. There would never be any foundations poured during a full moon because cement would not settle properly.
Really?
Yeah.
That is
Because of
so
full moon.
cool.
Mm-hmm.
Because the water in the cement being pulled by the tides or whatever.
Yeah.
That's so
it's
cool.
very practical at the end of the day.
She's filled with knowledge like I am.
And she didn't even know we're going to talk
Knowledge.
about full moon. So that is, I love when there was no prepping here. So she is pure knowledge.
Do we ever prep for these shows?
I like to, but
Constantly.
I didn't.
Constantly.
Hours of preparation goes
Hours
into
and
each and every
We
show that we have.
bring our lives
I
and
like
our
how this thing is pointed
experiences.
right at my head to like spear me in the ear.
Yeah, don't make a false move.
That's a full moon situation.
Because Ava will accidentally
Right,
move
yeah.
her mic. Yeah, you're right. We show up with whatever it is we have within our
But this is
backgrounds
very
and our
cool
lives.
that, you know, I never knew that.
Yeah.
I'm always, like I told you, your mom is always like, Avery, did you see the full moon? She loved,
Cool.
loved the moon.
Full
And I would
moons
be
are
like,
cool. And they have
I'm
like this-
thinking her nature, her actual composition was energized and enlivened, not just by its beauty, but she probably truly benefited from the energy of the
Okay.
moon. And I find at different times in people's lives, they either benefit or are challenged.
well,
Are you
because,
saying mom was like a vampire?
no,
So-
I was
I'm
told,
reading between the lines,
I was,
which is so cool.
yes. I
That
was
mom
always
was a
told
vampire?
that it's a
Explain it.
change,
Yeah.
and I thought, like, what now? I can't deal with another change. Like, oh my god.
So you do manage variability, and every day is different in your world,
It is.
and therefore you have to be the stabilizer. You are the leader and the epicenter, and you're always grounding everything and everyone. And you have a lively employee who, in different categories of your life walk, is your partner, and at work is your employee, as Scott likes to say. But when it's all said and done, Scott has an energy which is very dynamic,
Okay.
and you have an
Like
energy.
an asteroid belt.
Yes, you have an energy which is very grounding and very stabilizing. I have a similar energy, so I think we can see each other, and we
Yeah.
play a similar role in our environments.
Okay.
So that said, because you are that, when there is something like, say, a full moon, it does pull you up, kind of draws you out of that rootedness that you normally find yourself in. So my guess, an educated guess or hypothesis would be that on a level of your awareness you can't touch, you're feeling the destabilizing impact
Yeah,
of a
okay.
full moon because you are accustomed to being the stabilizer.
She does like set in her ways. Type of thing.
No, I structure. I
Your
find.
structure.
She refers to it as structure, but it's a very
Do you find it rigid?
yes.
Okay, that's different then. And so if there is rigidity, I'm not saying there is, but if there is rigidity and you are very disciplined, and oftentimes when somebody's particularly disciplined with themselves,
And she is.
which I know you are,
Yeah.
Okay.
more so than anyone else, then you're probably dealing with, not to call you out, we all have this,
No.
but you probably are dealing with a factor of rigidity. And rigidity really competes with the state of the universe because the universe is in constant flow.
Okay.
We as humans, though, can create things which are strong and somewhat rigid. You know, we can do that, say, with metals or, concrete walls. We can also do it within ourselves and our mindsets. And we do it because at one time or another we had to.
There's safety.
And it helped us.
Okay.
And I think about where you come from. I don't know your entire origin story and what you made possible in your life. You really flung yourself into the world. And I find most people who do what you have done, Ava, they're far and few between, but I'm gifted to know. Some of you all have that in common. Okay. It's an enormous self-discipline and a big taskmaster voice that lives inside you. But letting that go, or
I guess
recalibrating it, would feel dangerous.
Yeah.
That's why it's challenging. It would feel vulnerable to the point of it. It would feel probably to you like, oh my, this would be a house of cards and it could all collapse.
Yeah. I appreciate that because I do feel like it's like my weak link, like
do you?
Change.
It's
like,
also strength.
I don't know. I wish I would adopt a little bit more.
Adopt a little bit more what? Flexibility?
I think I'm flexible in a sense.
Yes.
Both sense.
But Ava just made a double
Did I make a
entendre.
joke?
A little bit. Yeah.
You did a mischief.
I did a mischief. I don't. I just feel like
I love her. I know why you do.
I just feel like they are like this morning. It was literally like 6.
She was very flexible.
And stop.
Aha!
It was like these phone calls coming in and these challenges you hitting, and I thought it's not even 7 o'clock,
Right.
and I'm already like have to like adapt,
Engage.
and coming with so many new challenges that I thought I know I'm a business owner. I know, and I have to. This is what I signed up for. I'm not crying wolf. I'm just saying this is what you're supposed to do.
Well, you're anything but a whiner.
But you know what I mean? Like I wanna, and I appreciate you saying that. But you wanna fix it. You wanna be there. You wanna make the right decisions, and this decision has to come down instantly, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have to make it quick.
You have
and
to
it's
call
better
a
be good.
shot.
Yes, somebody. As I heard this somebody, I'm not gonna take credit for it. You load the gun and you have to pull the trigger.
Mm-hmm.
And the one who pulls the trigger is the one who's calling the shots, and it's gonna be finalized and it's done. And a lot of times you go that on it, and it's I don't want to saying like the full moon brings situations to me that I'm like, okay, I don't know if I could handle this one now, and I don't want to look neurotic or running around. And past 2 days, I tell you what, I really felt like I'm one of those spiders that are running around in the ceiling, and you're just trying to chase it, and I'm just like running around. And did I make an impact?
Are you chasing the spider, or you are the spider?
I am the spider, and I'm being chased. And I felt like I handled everything to the best that I could.
Right.
Was I really happy with my
web?
I don't know.
So I think it's a common human conundrum when you do take on responsibility and you're at the head of an enterprise, and there's so much.
Generous of you to say that.
No, I appreciate your appreciation.
Thank you.
And I will be gracious in general, but honestly, I do think that is the conundrum of being a leader who wants the best for everyone and everything, and is challenged to hold the big picture at all times, and yet the devil's in the details.
Oh yes.
And the picture's always changing. And for you, and we all have these, the challenge to your personality is that, if anything, you will err on the side of being very critical of yourself and creating almost impossible standards of excellence for yourself and for anything that you're responsible for. And that in and of itself is the form of how rigidity manifests in your world. So if you step into the Chinese model, which I represent,
I love that.
You don't look Chinese at all.
Not at all.
No, but
she's
a master of Qigong. I mean, that is so rare.
Do you mean Qigong?
Is that how we say?
How we
Qigong.
Yeah.
Scott's right.
Yeah. He's been around long enough that he can make jokes about it. So he's mastered to the point where he can actually be fun. But at the end of the day, there's the elements involved in Qigong. One of them is metal. And I mentioned metal as being strong, and it can be made malleable, it can be made rigid. And so someone who is a practitioner coming from that system would look at you and say, this is about your metal in some ways. Okay. Right? So where is metal showing up in
the
your
last Airbender type stuff?
Yes. Showing up in your life. It's truly where so many of those concepts and themes come from. Pokemon, all of it. So the metal is not just the metal within you, or say this table, but it is also something that the Chinese call Wei Qi, which we would call our boundaries. And
ooh, I have a lot of question about that.
yes, and I'm so glad you do. That means that this is resonating and you
It
do
is,
understand.
and you're amazing.
So you're
You are. Love it.
Okay, switch seats so she gets on the higher seat now.
thank you. The system is amazing and probably why it's been around for so many thousands of years. It holds water. The metal piece of it is your boundary, and Ava, you're compensating for your lack of boundaries
Yes.
by utilizing the metal within you against yourself in the end.
Yes, it is unbelievable.
This is the piece that you work on. And in Qigong, and
Is it like she's the cage keeping herself in instead of protecting herself from other things outside?
yes, that's really wise and well put too. You're natural. Yeah.
If he is, then why doesn't he help me keep my boundaries?
I think Scott.
Like
I
I
want to
just
jump
said,
in.
the boundaries are you keeping
No,
yourself in instead
I
of.
want to jump in. I think Scott is always. Do you know what I'm going to say?
Yeah.
She's going to say
do you agree?
he's very flexible.
Do you agree with what I'm going to say?
Yes.
He's always trying to get you to develop a boundary for yourself. Every time, since I spent a lot of time with you as a couple during the retreat last year, honestly, that's what I remember. Aside from Scott's humor and many other contributions, that is what I remember.
I find it funny because one of the things that I freaking hate doing is taking the garbage out. And I feel like I'm really worried, like my timing. And do you?
Yeah.
And my car, I hate putting gas in my car.
And what did I say as soon as you told? Normally, I try to be
There's certain
proactive.
things. I work 12
I was
hour
on a
shifts.
plane with a full moon. I couldn't get the
ask
car.
for very little things. And one of the things that I
Okay. Do you mind if I turn this into a session? Because
I
it
was
could help
thinking, I'm
others.
like, oh my god,
It could help others.
this could be a marriage
It could
counselor.
help others, and you're welcome to do it to me.
I love it.
But this is why we're here, right? And she was laughing, and she's trying to hide her face behind it. It's entertaining. See, it's entertaining. But honestly, truly, what's happening now is you're using metal to deflect and not reflect, right? And you're jumping.
Well, granted,
you're jumping over.
She needs a big metal thing because my asteroid belt of me is coming at you from every direction.
It's
you
true.
never know where it's coming from.
You're very taught balance of extremes.
Yeah.
And so you're polar opposites in this way.
Super.
And
Yes,
highly complementary in this way. Like, red and green on a color wheel. It's a very taught balance. But one enhances the other. It's yin yang. That's what that is.
Doesn't green and red make mud? Like mud color?
They stay green and red.
Makes
They're
brown.
very far
Doesn't
away
it make
from each
brown?
other on the wheel. That's yellow and purple. But we'll get back to color theory next time. It's all vibration.
Thanks, Bob.
Yeah. So
Happy little stones.
just to sort of finish this, it gets uncomfortable for you.
Yes.
To think about giving a boundary.
Because I'm a people pleaser, and
And so then,
but you're a people pleaser.
The knee-jerk reaction
Above it, you're not an Ava pleaser.
Was to focus. Yes, that's well.
You need to be an Ava
was
pleaser.
to focus on something Scott was doing, because you don't want to focus. You try not to even get attention.
Yeah.
And that's where you're polar opposites. Scott's very comfortable with attention, and you like to be that person.
I am a shy
behind.
wallflower.
You may be shy, but you would definitely enjoy attention, and maybe you just compensate for your shy. We don't know, but at the end of the day, it's you. The attention is something you probably feel you don't want or deserve, and
The
everyone
fact
who
that
knows
we're
you
doing
would
this and
laugh.
I'm sitting here and Anna's doing our Instagram, which is most of my clients say like, I could see your face. Just, you're so not wanting to take pictures and wanting to be in it. I don't know what it is about. I always just felt, I think it's judging or self-judging.
But it's
as well.
bizarre, Ava, because you were a
Isn't
mod.
it?
You were a
Your
model.
your
You were on
professional model.
covers of magazines. This is what you did all the time, and then you picked a profession that is all about
It is complex.
how you look, and you're at trade
It just
shows.
actually makes sense.
You're at trade shows, so
You're
always
literally the
talking about
face
you.
of it.
You are the face of things, but you don't want to be the face of things. How does that work?
I think it comes from insecurity. There is incredible amount of
Scrutiny.
Yes, and this profession
there is.
particularly, there is tremendous knowledge and very sophisticated and amazing people out there who are also doing their videos or also doing their whatever.
You just think they are.
No,
because-
they are. But so, in my opinion, is when you're going against. I always felt like it's like going against running for a mayor or running for anything. Your competitiveness is you think you're better than anybody else. To me, putting a video out there in my head, and forgive me if that's not how you guys see it, this is how I see it. You claim that your video needs more attention and you need to look at it more than anybody else because you are just that good. And I'm thinking, that is narcissism. That is like, okay, hear me out. I remember one of my good friends during COVID time, she was doing these videos of push-ups and I said, people want to watch you do push-ups? She said, yeah, I got thousands of views. And I'm like, why? You're not even fit. And that was a judgment, right?
Mhm.
Wasn't it like I was judging? She was doing something good. So I don't know what's in my head, but I'm really having a hard time sharing on camera. I have no hard time to sharing
Right.
with one-on-one.
Yes.
I am
You're
the
an
most,
excellent teacher.
when I'm on one-on-one with you, there's no camera. I am much more comfortable, and we could. As soon as this thing is on,
so what's the difference?
I don't know. There is the
Why
world,
does that even make a difference?
because the whole world judging you.
How do you know?
Well, because there's lots of experts think you're not good, you're not good, you're not good, you're not a fact, you're not a fact, you're not a fact. And I remember talking to a therapist about something like that, and she said, I remember you telling me the stories. Your mom took you to play piano. You have a good hearing, and they told you your fingers were not long enough. Then she took you to be a ballet player. They're like, well, she's gonna look like she's gonna gain weight, and her neck is short. So early on, you got lots of
It's the first thing I said about her. Was just a short
rejection.
neck.
We all
It was-
did.
Oh yeah.
Rejection as
The
a
amount
child.
of times people talk about your
This is
short
deep.
neck. Your short neck.
And I'm sharing it with all these people. Oh my God!
Look at me, I'm reaching over, Scott.
Please continue.
Jayla.
You just blew the moment.
No. You had a short neck. Please continue.
Whatever.
No.
It just the rejections.
Mm-hmm.
And I think
Yeah,
it's sort of
catches up.
coming back, or I don't know, because like a PTSD is like
Yeah.
all these people seeing my picture and they viewing and judging it, and is this like I'm like a teenager, like for not likes? Is it like a syndrome I have for like young girls who doing Instagram and they're like, oh my God, I'm putting it out there, but they're not gonna like me. It's horrible. It's weird.
Can I pitch in here?
Yes.
I imagine you're sharing just so we can pitch in.
I know, and this is
And
very
I
uncomfortable
think-
for me because a
well,
lot of people are gonna be like, "Oh
Yeah,
my God,
but
she's
I will
losing it."
tell you this.
It will help.
I will tell you this, and if any of these people are listening, they can vouch for it. But I've had that conversation exactly like this. It's Wednesday. I've had 3 of them this week thus far
Full moon.
Full
about
moon?
people who
No.
are sharing their gifts or preparing. No, I'm take that back. 4 people who are preparing to share their gifts as instructors, people who are going to create content, and they have the same, what I'll call doubts and insecurities. They represent all different backgrounds, ethnicities, and age groups.
Okay.
And they are all essentially saying the same thing, and they're saying it to me. And here you are, you're number 5 in 3 days, full moon. But at the end of the day, what I want to share is, what is the function of judgment?
Teaching us? Because you learn through suffering, right?
To some extent, that provides
if you
the ability to learn. But what judgment does is it polarizes. So what I mean by polarize is it separates one thing from the other. If I judge you, okay, and I do it in a way which is negative,
okay,
highly critical, like you're talking about,
okay,
then what is happening is I'm separating myself from you. I created a judgment on you, which means that I have created a space between you and me. I am not you. I am not valuing you. I am discrediting you. Therefore, I am not threatened by you anymore. That's what judgment does. It creates a polarity, like a North Pole and a South Pole. It separates us.
But even people who are judging you, and they might be in the same boat, they are same.
It doesn't matter if they're judging you in a vociferous way,
so
condemning you. Let's just use that word.
Okay.
If they're condemning you, whether they realize it or not, they are somehow fearing
it's a safety
the
mechanism
impact.
of sort.
Yes, they're fearing the impact that you're having on them. And I say, it's better to have an impact, because that's what you're doing this for. And if someone judges you, most likely it's because what Scott said. They are insecure and they are uncomfortable.
You've hit a nerve.
And you've hit a nerve. And when you put your word out there, you are going to hit nerves. You are effective if you have people waking up to what you're doing or saying.
Mm-hmm.
And you are actually activating them. So to my mind, it doesn't really matter what effect you have as long as your intention is good. And if you come in with a good or a pure intention and someone decides to rain all over your parade,
that's on them.
That's
not on you.
them. They are feeling somehow vulnerable.
Okay, let's simplify this for me. I am looking at somebody's picture, and in my profession, in a magazine. I'm looking at their face. I'm looking at their picture. She's so
right. A lot of wrinkles. Yeah. Not taking good care of her skin.
I'm separating myself because
I'm better because I see that she has wrinkles. Because she's not doing
but I
something
have wrinkles
right.
Too.
Yeah.
So how is that?
Separation is an illusion. That's where I'm going. Everything is one. That's
but here's
the
other
piece
thing
of
with
it.
that, Ava.
This is really good for me because
it's
my
humans.
clients,
It's humans, though. You had said earlier to learn, to separate, and you're absolutely right. So we have to compartmentalize, and we have to go, ooh, that's not good. We can't get through the day without a judgment. You got to judge. You got to assess and say, you know what, I want this or I don't. This is good or this is bad. This is dangerous. This is safe. But you can't derive a sense of satisfaction, fulfillment, or false power, inauthentic power, by not being what you're judging.
So where's the satisfaction? So to interrupt you, where's the satisfaction coming in? Why is that satisfying?
If I can
look at People's Magazine and saying so and so, oh my gosh.
You mean the satisfaction of you making that judgment?
Yeah.
Yes.
It comes from the fact that I'm not the only one with wrinkles and imperfection.
Got it. Okay.
And if they're in People magazine and they're wrinkled and imperfect,
It makes
and
you...
I have maybe 2 less wrinkles, then I am crushing it.
It's a version of
Got it.
Schadenfreude.
Okay.
It is.
So that's essentially fuel of serotonin on your brain, and you just keep doing it on Instagram, and you just keep buying people's magazine because you keep wanting to
Well,
do
I think
this.
I always ask-
society now has built
Yes.
this model, the algorithm, if
What
you
the
will,
standard
that
is.
just reinforces whatever you're doing.
And it reinforces the fear
Yeah.
that you are not enough.
So if you're constantly looking
should
at,
be better.
at pictures,
You should be more beautiful.
it's just going to
You
keep
should
giving
be
you more
this
of
and that. You can be. Why aren't you? Oh well, buy this, do this, and you too can. You know.
Yeah,
Which you can at ESSpa. If you are worried
You really
about the
can.
wrinkles, I will take this moment. We pause for a moment. If you have wrinkles and want to get rid of them, Ava will
Okay.
make you have
Okay,
fewer
okay, all right, thank you.
for
But
a low,
I
low
just-
price.
Yeah, that's ESSpa.com.
Yeah.
Yes.
That is very insightful what you said to me, and I really appreciate it because I remember, I would say 2 years ago, I watched this really renowned, amazing esthetician in New York City I've been following, and I looked at her facial massage technique, and I must say, I thought to myself, oh, no, I'm not. But it
What do
is
you mean
was
you're
this
not?
but it's was that a good judgment? Because the next time I put something out, I said, oh my god, I don't know if this was good. We had to take 15 takes, and so do I really that good? Do you understand what I'm saying?
I think you had a moment where you realized that you were authentically good because what someone else was doing validated your work. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's good to know if
You
you're
put it in
the
such
right
a
sphere.
good, amazing way, and I am gonna reflect it, and I really
Yeah.
appreciate it.
And that's a better use of your metal.
Yes.
Reflect on that. The boundary piece, and Scott said it better than I did. I don't know if you can recapture that, but it's about you keeping some folks out and letting more space and allowing
Okay.
for yourself.
I
And
really
when you
appreciate
do that, because it isn't a wall, your boundaries aren't, they're permeable.
Okay.
Things have to flow from you
They're like
and
the
to
skin.
you. They are exactly like the skin. Bring us back to ESSpa. But they are. And we have to be able to allow, and here's the bigger picture, I guess I was driving at earlier, is you feel and take on absolute accountability.
I do.
And
Always.
it creates enormous pressure for
Yes.
you.
But you take
And-
on the accountability of not just yourself,
Yes.
but of everything.
Well, because you're running a business.
Well, it's not even that. You take accountability for things you have no control
No
over.
control. That's exactly
you
the
have
truth.
to be when you run a business. They are under me, and
I understand that, but
yeah.
at the same
Responsible.
time, it becomes debilitating.
it is.
So you
But-
have to figure out a happy medium.
It's not sustainable.
Right. To where, okay, I acknowledge that, I'll figure out how to take care of it, but I'm not going to let that stop me from a continuing progression. You know, we're going to trend up and we're going to constantly strive for excellence and get better, but I'm not going to let this knock me down to the point where I can't continue to keep moving ahead.
I mean, I appreciate you say that, and I know you've been there. When I see, maybe I'm just not good enough teacher, or I'm not good enough to show or reflect in as a whole of my business, because I constantly want to be better. It's as simple
It
as
is
this.
what makes you.
I'm going to give you a really simple
Okay.
example. Christmas, that we are known for our decorations in our spa, right? We're known for, like, they go crazy.
The amount of time that I spend personally decorating the spa is truly just mind-boggling.
It's to get ideas, and you wanna, but I see people taking pictures, they love it.
Mhm.
So I wanna outdo it every year and
Mhm.
every year and every year. It's like, how do you do it? it's the pressure is building up already
Well, no, but this
about
is
Christmas.
But you've created it.
I did, and I have to
therefore-
take full responsibility
And therefore,
for
you
it.
can diffuse it.
I
And-
hope so.
And you can distribute it to other people and give them the assignment of the vision. and
Yeah,
the
but I
choice.
still want to overdo it.
But you
If
still are.
If it brings you satisfaction, then I say do it. If it brings you more satisfaction than it does grief, then that's the winning
I just want
combination.
people to be happy.
And I know, and we all feel
Oh,
it
we
when
want
we're
you to be
there.
happy.
The other piece of it, though, is that, and we've talked about this. I don't know if it was on this podcast
Yeah, we
or
did.
one that was that you were on for Original Bliss. But long story short, the Wu Wei piece of this is that we show up in our humanity thinking it always has to come from us. And it doesn't, because there is a universal intelligence, there's a flow, there's a matrix we show up in, however you want to call it. And there are things happening spontaneously, actions and reactions all around us,
So,
That are outside
producing
of our
for
control.
us.
We don't control them. It
Producing,
just happens.
yeah. And
so do I make it about myself, the Christmas decoration? Like, well, but it's my space. It's hard to not
But
make it.
you already said it's about yourself.
That's what I mean. Like when you're saying that you created this and you giving this yourself this pressure. Well,
You are.
yeah. So
But what the key question is why? And you already answered that question
Because it's fulfilling.
because it's fulfilling. You like it when you
It
see
doesn't
people
have to
taking
be
pictures.
experienced as pressure. It can just be a joy.
Yeah.
And that's where I think, Ava, you and many of us find ourselves trapped in a paradigm where we may feel that effort and joy can't coincide.
yeah.
And that if we're experiencing joy and
Something's
and
wrong.
happiness, something's wrong and we're
Yeah.
not working hard
Yeah.
enough.
My mom was like that. Mom was always like that. Remember, she was like,
It's very
if you
common.
don't it's not. She had a huge issue always with dad because dad worked for himself and stuff. So in mom's opinion, dad never worked.
Mhm.
It's like, okay, but I'm sure she had this. You were around when she had the conversation. It's like, if you don't go to work for somebody else, it's not really work. It's just, I mean, I guess it's a very 1950s IBM era approach to life.
It is, and I think it's a big part of the
No.
American culture, and I think it's probably a big part of your culture too, Ava.
I mean, I was just thinking that.
Well, you particularly with the communist thing, with the whole, you're part of the machine.
For me,
You better show up,
Yeah,
and there should be output.
authority.
yeah.
You know,
Mhm.
Never
you
speak back
respect-
against the authority.
Anticipate expectations, meet and exceed them wherever possible. Stay alive.
And you get that enough, and it's hardwired, and you don't even have to be told anymore. It's just the way you do it.
Yeah.
I do. We just had this conversation with a client that, you know, her child was like called into school and blah, blah, blah. And she's like, well, my child said, well, I have to advocate for myself. And she's like, what?
Where'd that word come from?
The thing is, for me, when I grew up in authority, like a teacher, you know, we just like, okay, they could abuse it. I get it.
Yes.
But my mom would never say, oh,
They're wrong.
Yes.
You're
The
always
teacher-
wrong.
They would
It's the
question
older
me.
school.
They
Yeah.
would question me versus the teacher,
Correct.
and that's a fine line because when the police pulls you over and say you were speeding, so now you're gonna advocate, no, I didn't, you lie. Okay, so at what point we like, who's right
I
here?
don't know. How much is the ticket?
Those videos compete with ours on YouTube. 'Cause they're incredible. And
But it's
many people
true.
in this
Well,
era do that.
Yeah.
They do not acknowledge the authority of the police.
Well,
Yes.
That's not going to get them to
And
a
I
good
know,
place.
No, it
I feel
isn't.
like
But
you-
it's entertaining.
You just
It
have
is.
to
They get
like
a lot of
own
views.
it. I think like you speeded, yeah, it's your bad luck. You own.
do.
You
But
just,
you know,
got
to the,
caught.
to
Can
the
we
police
bring-
thing,
Yeah.
I always say that, and and it's, I own it. I'm like, yep. And 9 times out of 10, it's either lower.
Okay,
or
that's
up.
a different thing.
Really?
But what I meant to say
I
to you
think
is,
it's a deference to authority.
I remember talking to a long time ago with somebody, and she said, I wonder, with all this you're bringing up, Is your mom told you that you're beautiful or love you or thought that you are great at what you do? And I'm telling you right now, and it's gonna sound really, I don't even know if she ever told me she loved me. There's that word in Hungarian said it like that I love you in English is so much more easily used, right?
Mm-hmm.
That word said it like it is very seldomly used, and it's a deep. I almost mean it, and forgive me, Hungarians who are listening, if you are, I know you agree with me. It's actually a very
Formal.
sometimes even I would sexual word like there is a very different use
There
that you
isn't-
use for a child.
Yeah, the sociolinguistics of it, there isn't
it's a
truly
shaky
an
one.
equivalent.
And maybe so
You said your mom never told you that until literally we got married.
yes, and I
So,
remember
what is that? 30 years of going through life without hearing that from
And-
the person who's supposed to be your
Is it
nurturer in chief?
were you unusual though, growing up, or would you say that your peers would say the same?
so my
She
dad
did have an extra arm. They had to remove that. Other than that, she's perfectly fine.
my dad passed away this year actually, and we just
Sorry.
find out. I appreciate that. He left a little bit of money for my brother and in a life insurance policy, and we just find it, and it felt like, whoa, okay, we're different. And the way my mom sort of said it to me, well, we knew that you're gonna make it. I'm like, wait, what does that mean?
He didn't put that policy in place until after you were already here and married.
But it's.
So you have to keep that. That was
I
not
appreciate
put,
that
was not
you
put
saying
there
that,
when you were
because
still
but
over
you
there.
You still feel like,
The heck?
whoa.
Yeah.
I probably would have said, oh my God, I don't want it. I
You
don't
would
need
have.
it.
I think she actually did. You constantly, if you didn't say it to that
In
specific,
that specific
you
way.
always let them know that.
Of course, but there is something when
It's
your
very
parents.
primal.
I get it.
There's just something like. Okay, you know why
I think
Christians.
this is our next conversation
But the
because
thing-
it's really important.
It is, but
Right?
the thing with that, Ava,
It's a
that
good
goes
topic for
back,
everybody.
is your overriding, and I'm not trying to gang up and talk about you only, is you are all about everybody else other than yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And that is the presence and the feel that that's your vibe, that's your aura. That's what you
You
give
don't
out.
need anything.
You are,
As a matter of fact, if
You're
you need something,
right.
if
No,
someone else
you-
needs something,
here's
call
my
Ava.
shirt, here's my
Yeah.
shoes, and you're just
But you don't
in
realize.
a bus shelter.
You don't realize that.
I don't.
You don't see
it's your idiom. It's whatever word you want. That's you. That's what you do. So at some point, it comes back and just because you're a human, it just wakes up someday and say, "What? I don't get anything back." But because your nature is it's all going out, but nothing's coming back
I'm
in.
grateful. I know. I
But you
wouldn't
know
be
what?
in
We do
business.
But
train.
you're not
We
grateful to
train people
yourself.
how to treat us.
No, I'm grateful. I wouldn't be here without supporters. And
No, I'm not saying it has nothing to do with that. It's the acceptance of that mentally. The easiest way I can describe is when we go out to dinner with anybody, and it's normal when everybody tries to pay, and you're like, no, that's fine, I got this one. The 27th time of saying, no, I got this one. That's when it becomes there's something going on.
why? You're cheap. I find you cheap.
I'm not cheap when I have money. I'm sorry. I'm
I
not
like-
cheap when I have your money
I
because
like
you make the
to-
money.
My opinion is when you invite somebody for dinner, you pay.
What if they invite? I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the other way around.
I guess I
You're a giver,
yes.
and I think you derive again fulfillment and satisfaction by providing and supporting
And maybe I want them
and-
to like me,
and being
which is not good.
with being responsive. It may be because you want people to like you, but I honestly think my personal
Mhm.
opinion is you are very sensitive, plugged in to people and environments, and you know where the holes are, you know where the lack is, and if you see you can fulfill something for someone, you will.
I appreciate
I do
you
think
saying
that.
that.
I do see that.
I appreciate you
And
saying
I
that.
also think that that's your nature. It's the way you're wired. And you should never apologize for that. But you should be aware that it can produce extremes in your life where
Certainly does.
everything is outflowing from you. So, in the quantum dynamics of it all, it's hard for things to
You're out of
inflow
balance.
to you.
Yeah, I like.
And I think a lot of women, in recovery, if you will, from that.
Full moon.
I can sponsor you. You can call me in the middle of the
I
night
so
when you feel
appreciate
tempted to
this.
overdo.
You're amazing.
It's been
Overdue
3 months, 4
anonymous.
days,
All of you
and
people
27
need to see
hours
this woman.
since I gave.
No, seriously, you're amazing.
But honestly, I learned so much of this. Some of it I learned in school, but so much of it you learn
Learn by doing.
Yeah.
doing, and the pain points you create for yourself,
Yeah.
and then you see the patterns. And I too would say, I hated the expression "the road to hell is paved with good intentions."
It is.
But one day I said, "Oh my God, the road to hell is paved largely with my good intentions." What the heck?
But it's
But it
it's
was
the
a
road
good
to
moment.
it's the road to my hell. It's paved with my good intentions.
Yeah.
Because everybody's is going to be different.
Yeah.
So-
But while everyone else is enjoying themselves and dismissing their responsibilities,
Yes.
or however we perceive it,
Yes.
if we are feeling overwhelmed and that we can't walk away or turn our back, and we feel utterly accountable, there is a lot that we can do to shift that. And it is not too late, and it's not a house of cards. You know, you can do it in a way that's intentional and incremental and comfortable.
Maybe look at it this way. So you provide a lot of joy and fulfillment to other people because of the way, okay, right? Flip the switch on it. If you are unable to continue doing that, you are going to deprive those people
That's how I
of
look at it.
getting your gifts.
Yeah. You want to be able to do what you love to do as long as you want to.
Yeah. So if you don't find the balance to do it, if anybody doesn't find the balance of whatever their gifts are, if they're
No
out of
matter
balance,
what it is.
it's going to make it impossible for both you to provide whatever gifts you're giving to other people, and also for you to be acceptive of the thankfulness of whatever gifts they're giving back. Like if you're always shunning and saying, no, I got it, you're depriving them of feeling good about taking care of you for a change.
Nice one. So is my car going to be inspected by next week?
Sure. Yeah.
It was a little jab.
We need
It's
to chat.
been not inspected for like 2 months.
That's not true.
It is.
Not true.
It's August.
1 month.
It's August.
Oh, here we
There
go.
it is.
See, the
Is
car
that-
is
The
broke.
car knows. Hey, you, come, look.
Scott, tell them to stop again.
I did.
Thank you.
Come on, Nat.
You've got
No, I
significant
think
impact.
you put it very nicely, and yeah,
I'm not talking about just you. I'm talking about anybody.
You're talking about a universal.
of course.
It's not just Ava. And when you are in positions where you are a very successful enterprise known for the things that you're known for, you're always going to err on that side of doing more rather than less. It got you to where you are. But holding yourself accountable in a way that's sustainable, or what we would call healthy and manageable,
Balance.
because as much as we expect of our children, our partners, our coworkers, etc., in your case, you always expect more from yourself. So the first step, or recommendation for anyone listening out there who might somehow relate to this, would be give yourself the opportunity to expect what you do of other people from yourself. And you'll find that you
Okay.
Don't hold those people to the high standard that you hold yourself.
But we need to rephrase that because she takes the approach, and a lot of people take the approach, not just you, that you expect what you give. So you expect from others to do what I'm doing.
No, you never listening to the whole
Yeah.
session with me. I'm doing it.
Yeah.
I know. No, I know that.
To
But
be
you also expect.
No.
You do.
If you did expect truly, then you would be able to delegate way more and you wouldn't have the pressure. If you really did expect that person to come through at your level.
Yeah. When your parents don't tell you they love you or you're good enough or you whatever, and you finally get it from somewhere, you seek that. It's like a.
Ooh, there's a face. I like.
It's
What's
like
that
this
face?
thing that you like when you get it the first time. Like, oh my
Mm.
God, you did a great facial. You want to outdo it every time. It's because you've never been told and you've been deprived. It's like I give you a piece of chocolate, you like it, and you haven't had it for 2 years, and then I'm going to give you again. Like, oh my God, I remember that. I want more.
Kid in the candy store.
It's like that. So unfortunately for me,
It's like Scott and Mavis.
you know, yeah,
That's
here we go. Anyway,
I think
So-
the important thing is to be able to give yourself anything that you need, like in terms of a sense of love, a sense of compassion, acceptance, and so forth. And that's something that takes a little bit of effort and time. It's a skill to cultivate.
yeah. And this was amazing. You are unbelievable.
You are more unbelievable.
Thank you for this. And if anybody,
Thank you for entering into this
Yeah,
dialogue
right?
where you were literally stuck in the middle and could not escape it.
With the
But
full
at the same
moon.
time, with the
Clowns
full
to the
moon.
left of
But at
me.
the same time,
Jokers to the
truly
right. Here
every-
I am, stuck in the middle with you.
beautiful dulcet tones of Scott.
It is now. We
Thank
have to
you.
end it.
Steelers wheel.
Thank you, everybody.
Put them on your
We
playlist.
didn't even mention our retreat.
Oh
The
yeah,
Green
Yes,
we have a
Eras
few.
Retreat.
We have a few spaces left, and we encourage you to please sign up. And if you do, Green Eris has sweetened the pot and is offering a 4-week special pass we're throwing in
To
with an
what?
almost $200 value, which can apply to any of our Green Eris studio content
Oh.
and
It's
programming.
like yoga.
Yeah,
improv.
yoga,
I love that.
qigong, a wonderful art class done by Jody Shell going on right now. We have children's and family activities. We have some really great and interesting things out there. So please visit us at ghretreats.com and take a look. It's a wonderful opportunity. And please also visit ESSpa, ESSPA.com.
ESSpa. All one word.
And it's a wonderful treasure here in
Thank you so
Aspen.
much, guys. I had a lot of fun.
Good talk. Keep
Love
sending us your comments.
Thank you.
Hit like if you like it. If you don't like it, then I don't know. Tell your friends to watch.
Then just keep a
See what they have
judgment.
to say.
That's fine.
You're
Go
just-
look at the.
You're
Go
just
hang out in the moon.
polarizing, and we're on to you.
That's
Yes,
right.
yes.
We know where you are. Thank you,
care,
everybody.
everybody. Thank
Bye.
you.
We'll see you next week, same time. Bye-bye. Goodbye. 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 We're all done. I'm not talking anymore.
Thank you.